Alright, so if you're watching this video, you probably already know about the warehouse fire that happened in California that was caused by Chamel Abdulkarim. I'm not sure if I'm saying that name right. You might argue that what he did was inhumane, irrational, ridiculous, made people lose their jobs and all this stuff, but this is basically his way of protesting against capitalism. And this is the only way that people are not only going to talk about it, but also this is the only way that the government's actually going to listen and make change. Because if this guy just, applied for a strike or, just left his job and applied for a new one, then no one would be talking about this. And this whole message would not be put out. This message wouldn't be heard by millions of people. This is what he wanted. And another reason why he recorded it is because he genuinely had nothing to lose. He was in such a low point of his life that he said in the video, all you had to do was pay us enough to live. I genuinely think in that moment he would have rather been in jail than not in jail and continue living his normal life. I think his life was ruined and over before he started the fire. It's pretty easy to argue that. And this is what we need for change. This is how, can you imagine? This entire warehouse was burnt down by one person. Imagine if hundreds of people or thousands of people started to do this. Imagine what would happen to the world. The government, or whatever, like the US government, the president, whoever's in control, whoever's in charge, would have no choice but to make change and to react. Because I can't really relate because I'm not currently working a job, and I'm not in America, so I don't know what it's like to sort of live on minimum wage and be in that situation. But I can empathize. It's probably extremely terrible. It's just horrible, to the point where this guy literally burnt down a warehouse. He literally burnt down a warehouse because that's how bad his life was. He would rather be in jail than continue living his own life. And so imagine the state of the world if hundreds of thousands of people started to do what this man did. And I'm already starting to see, by the way, even more fires happening in just random places in America. And who knows, maybe something is starting. But this is my way of basically putting my opinion out there and saying, I stand with the person. I can see why he did it. It is justified. Whatever he did, that whole 1.2 million square foot warehouse that he just burnt down by himself, by the way, with just himself and a lighter, it is completely justified. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if you disagree with me. Was it a bit ridiculous? Of course, absolutely. Is that the point? Yes, it is. I feel like people are saying oh, well, he made people lose their jobs and this was really irrational. He could have just gotten another job. They're missing the point. It's not about the fire or the job or him not making enough. It's about the message. He's trying to put out a message. Why do you think he would record his crime? It's because he wants to put the message out there. But I genuinely think this is how change is going to happen. This is how, because you see the state of the world right now is terrible. The only way change is going to happen is by acts like this. I don't know too much about the subject, so I don't want to talk about it that much. But feminism, the way women got their rights, rightfully so, was not by just asking for it or applying for a strike or whatever. It was by protesting. It was by burning things down. It was by breaking things. It was by being so loud to the point where they can't ignore you and they have to listen to you. And this is the first step. This is the first step. People saying that this is too much, too ridiculous, it didn't help him and now he's in jail and all that stuff. First of all, he would rather be in jail than what he was doing before. But again, it's not about that. It's about the message. It's about putting that stone in the water and that first ripple being created. That's the whole point of this video. I'm making this video to sort of just express my opinion. And it's just my opinion. If you disagree, then that's fine, but this is just my opinion. So, yeah.